At long last, my name is Osman. I am a master bioenergy healer or Qigong energy healer, and also a yoga and meditation teacher. I am practicing for over 4 decades, and there has been a burning question that seems to not have clear answers on the internet, or none that I could find. And that's the question of the dangers of yoga, or awakening the Kundalini energy. So make no mistake, there's been many definitions for yoga, and everyone sticks to the standard cliche definition that yoga is union of the self with its ultimate capacity, or its ultimate consciousness, so to say, or to transcend the boundaries of the levels in which one is born with, or is used to standard experience according to everyone's standard experience, and to transcend that by awakening the higher capacities or higher potentiality. So, I mean, these things are very complicated to understand, and whenever people explain it the way that I'm explaining it as well, it's very confusing. So let me venture firstly to define it correctly, and I'll say it is a system, and there are many systems according to the school of thought, or which teacher, or which sect of we'll say spirituality that you follow. Many methods, but it is a methodology that is designed to transcend your mundane levels of existence or awareness, and awaken your higher or dormant levels of existence, and or your higher capacities. So the best way to explain it is when Einstein says that the brain of the human is so fantastic, and that at best we are using 20% of our capacity, and 80% is yet untapped. It's closer to what we're trying to define when we speak of yoga. And if we consider yoga as a system or a methodology, that once you start practicing this on a regular basis, it slowly gains traction and starts awakening higher levels of your capacities, and with the view to attaining 100%. Okay? So this is theoretically what it is. But in practice, and having practiced this for over 4 decades, right, and really seriously, not just casually, and practicing it from multiple methodologies, or multiple schools of thought, or following various views of spirituality and religions, right? Because religions tend to delve into the subject matter as well. I would say that it is something that when one attempts, and whatever development one experiences or hear of people speaking about, once they start speaking about this levels of experience, then it is something we would say that they're transcending from 20% to maybe 21 or 22%. I'm known to exaggerate, so maybe 25%, right? Because when you come to a junction where you're ready to cross over, so to speak, to your higher potentiality, it does not gradually increase incrementally from 20% to 22, 23, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. No way. You may perceive it to be doing that because you see phenomenal improvements in yourself, phenomenal mind control, phenomenal sense of manifestations and so forth. But this is just scratching the surface, because once you reach that junction, it seems like it's a preparation to awaken the other 80%. So you may start treading into that region by going 1 or 2% into it, and if it sees there's consistency and you are ready for it, bang, it unlocks the other 80% fully, and it honestly, it does not feel like 80% is opening. It feels like 1 billion% is being open. It doesn't feel like the other 80. It doesn't seem 5 times more or 4 times more. You know, it is such a high level of energy. You know, I've attempted it, and on multiple occasions over the decades, through different schools of thought and different methodologies. When I reached that point, and when that point opened, fortunately, by will, you can shut it instantly. You know, you can shut it instantly because the overwhelm, that energy is so great that it is absolutely beyond what one could describe, so to speak. And so let's come to the danger, something the danger of yoga practices. So it's the simplest form of yoga practice if done consistently and under correct guidance. It's going to bring you to this junction and it's going to start awakening. And just before it can awaken, when it's about to awaken, the surge of energy begins. And that surge will drive you into very high energy levels, and energy levels beyond average people's energy levels, where you will tend to be able to overwork, or you'll tend to be able to work at capacities much higher than regular people. You can stay awake longer, and also it is directly connected to your sexuality, which goes completely out of control, right? You know what, when we say out of control, you have no discriminatory capacity. When that takes hold of you, your sense of discrimination and choosing the type of partner that's compatible with you or not compatible with you is completely lost, because the urge is not normal, it is very intense, and this is directly related to that dormant spirituality that is crying to be awakened, right? Or wants to just burst forth. When you come to this junction, this is the reason you need a qualified teacher who's experienced in the subject matter and who can show you a system how you can gradually increase the body's capacity to be able to welcome this high surge of energy. So they bring in something like a pseudo awakening of the higher energy, where it allows the energy to release into your body incrementally to the maximum bearable capacity of your body, and stays on that capacity until your body catches up and evolves to that level where it is able to withstand that energy, and then it goes to the next increment up, and your body comes up slowly to reach it. So it's just slightly beyond what the body could endure, but endure nevertheless, but slightly beyond. And the body catches up. As soon as it catches up, then the next increment comes. And because the difference between the complete level, the one that wants to burst forth, and the normal level is so great, the increments are not 100 in number, 100% sure. I mean, I've taken, I think, practicing this on a daily basis, increasing in increments initially on a monthly basis in the beginning, and thereafter fortnightly, and then weekly. Every week it was increasing. And very soon, from a monthly basis, I think after about 3 to 6 months, it started to increase on a fortnightly basis. And then after about a year, it was increasing every week, right? The body's capacity to withstand higher levels of this energy. So I would say after 5 years, right? 5 years, right? I'm nowhere near attaining that level. So then you need certain disciplines and certain restrictions, in your diet, in your habits, and also certain activities that you need to perform, that will tend to boost your capacity to increase your body's capacity to withstand this energy, right? So, and it's going to require a lot of expert guidance. And I'm someone who's, I would consider highly disciplined, because I would say, so to speak, not that I can remember, but I do not remember missing a single day, of my practice, in decades, right? And it's possible there might have been one day in between or something, but not that I could remember, right? So because it's so negligible, we might as well say I haven't. And someone who's got this level of experience and expertise, um, I can say I've got a theoretical explanation, or a theoretical solution, that one needs to do a combination of activities, yoga practices, combination, together with lifestyle habits and correct nutrition, which is going to help to feed, because your body can only evolve or develop if the nutrients are there. If you're lacking nutrients, this is going to be a problem, and slow down the process, right? And also you need to have some level of physical fitness as well, not just meditating and breath work, right? And the stretching or the yoga postures is not enough, I would say. So you need to strengthen, your body and your activities with physical fitness as well, a combination of that. And nutrients and supplements, especially the minerals, or the micro elements that is required by the body. So combination of this, the correct combination and the right guidance, you would need to dedicate in meditation. Meditation is one of the core requirements, core principles, and I would say breath work and the yoga postures to be a support or a foundation for meditation, right? That you can do about an hour of yoga postures and about 3 hours of breath work, 2 to 3 hours of breath work, right, a day, and 8 hours of meditation, right? So if we say an hour of yoga postures and 3 hours of breath work, that is 4 hours, plus 8 hours of meditation, this is 12 hours a day. And let's say you're sleeping 5 hours, right? Not 8 hours, 5 hours. So you're left with just 7 hours for everything else, for your meals, your activities, your work, and so forth. Not possible to live a normal life, but let's assume you've got this level available to you, and like myself, you are self-employed, so you've got flexible working hours and reasonably profitable in how you work, working smart, not too hard. Then we would say that theoretically, if you spend this level of discipline, it's going to take about 10 years to develop the full potentiality following these disciplines. So, for those of you who's practicing 20 minutes a day, or 1 hour a day, or 2 hours a day, 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the evening, or you're thinking you're doing a lot by doing 3 hours a day, 4 hours a day, or you're spending like 10 hours a day meditation, let's say, for example, right? It's not enough, because you need a few smarter tricks. You need the shortcut methods, or the kriyas, the special kriyas, which is designed to be a link between the higher level and the average level. And this will help you to upgrade and balance your evolution, because together with your body's capacity, it's not only your body is improving in its capacity, but your energies, or the frequency with which your energies are resonating, is increasing in level. And when that happens, your entire world, or everything that you experience around you, the society, the people, your work, your choices, your personality, changes incrementally in accordance with that change. So if you have a sudden change, it's so drastic that you will not fit in with the world as you knew it before that before that happened. And of course, if it's too high, you will snap, right? It's like a bulb that's 100 watt bulb, and you put 10 billion volts with it, it's going to pop the bulb instantly, right? It's going to even pop at just before you can, even just before you put the switch on and about to switch it on, when the electricity is just starting to trickle, it can pop it, right? Because that's how high the energy is. So hopefully, you understood what I'm trying to say, and not try to follow people or teachers who've got no idea what they're talking about. They may seem very profound in their knowledge, seem profound in being able to give you some experience, which is out of body experience, OBE. As some of my students, told me, and when they told me I know what is OBE, I had no idea what's meaning of OBE. They told me it means out of body experience. I said, wow, that's an amazing acronym, right? So people can give you these OBEs, and but I can promise you, they are lost themselves in all likelihood. There's very few people who can guide you correctly. There's very few people that can guide you. So I don't want to mention, famous people's names and so forth, because people are famous due to benefit they bring to the world, and they bring a lot of knowledge, and they are increasing the awareness of the people on this subject matter of spirituality and self-development, and they're even putting them on the pathway, right? So it's just that you can go 30 years, 40 years, 50 years through these practices and seem that you reaching nowhere. And I think the Buddhist school of thought have the right attitude and philosophy that they say it will take about 200 years for you to reach the highest evolution. And I think that is more like an analogy, because generally, no one lives to 200 years. People at best 70, 80 years, depending on the country and your background and so forth. But on average, we'll say Western civilizations have increased their life expectancies, or so they claim that they've increased their life expectancies. This is another subject matter for another video. But to around 70, 80 years, 75, 80 years old, right? So, of course, I disagree with that, because the standard life expectancy for a human on birth, who sets that, right? Some people said it's 120 and we subtract from that. These are all theories, and what is the actual amount, right? Is it possible to attain a deathless body? Right? This is the burning question. Over the ages, thousands of years, this has been much sought after by various schools of thought and very highly elevated individuals and so forth, that we see evidences of ancient civilizations and so forth, but they're not around today, right? Or they say there's some claim to still be around, but they seem to be in hiding. If they have a deathless body, there's nothing for them to fear, okay? Because the body is deathless and it cannot be, so to speak, damaged, right? So what are they afraid of? They should be having no fear. But there is this theory, okay, and that is what one is striving towards achieving, in the science. So the warning of this is, when you reach levels that you see your body or your life is going out of control, where your energies are too high, or your libido is out of control, or your sense of dissatisfaction with life is reaching a peak, and you're not reaching normal. You need to seek help, usually very rarely, people are evolving spiritually. It's not easy to evolve spiritually. Very often you need a psychiatrist, very often, or you need an exorcist, right? Which is quite funny actually. Or if you come to the right guide, the right type of teacher, he can be all in one. He can be a psychologist, he can be your exorcist, he can be a spiritualist. Right? He can be everything. Someone who is a true guide can be everything in one and guide you correctly and develop you correctly. So my conclusion is from the warning signs, don't stop what you're doing. I mean, you should be striving, but always be seeking to find, better ways, or if you're not satisfied or, with your answers, don't stop searching for the right answers. Because I believe if you seek, you will find. With difficulty though, there will be difficulty, not something that just snap, you find so easily. And it took me many decades, and I practiced and tried to increase my knowledge and sought knowledge and help in conjunction with the practice. Because if you try to be perfect and get all the answers first, because tons of theory is worth nothing if there's zero practice, right? An ounce of practice is worth tons of theory. Okay? And as you're practicing, learn and keep your mind open to other. Don't close yourself to a particular school of thought or particular teacher. Keep your mind open to all types of teachers. And so a lot of people say there's a danger you may get confused and so forth, which I don't agree with, because you have an internal mechanism inside you that tells you, yes, this is what I want, this is I feel is right, and that I feel is wrong, right? It's like an inner guide, and follow that guide. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, because I like this knowledge, to spread out to as many people as possible. And I apologize if the video is too long, or the subject matter becomes repetitive, or I am being repetitive. I'm just trying to hone in, to what I'm trying to say, and hopefully, you benefit from this or this series of videos. So it is with great difficulty that I've been trying to make these videos, and I've been very passionate to get this knowledge out to you and to everyone. And I hope I can create many more videos and have them posted and be available to everyone, and share all the knowledge that I've gathered over the decades. Take care. Love always.